up today as we get things going here. Queen ahead to Kilo, and there you have it.
Well, that's a set play off the jump ball. Been running that for years, and it worked to a T.
Ford fires in a three.
And that's exactly what I talked about in the game. Ballard doesn't panic when you score. They push the ball right down the floor, and they got a quick shot and three.
And Ballard will play a smoldering defense as Duncan comes away with the steal. Can't make the basket. Queen on the rebound.
Well, that's the pressure that Ballard gives you. They're going to deny you on the wing, so it makes it hard. You got to almost get them on backdoor. You look at them right now, they're playing up in the passing lane.
Nice penetration by Queen, couldn't complete the pass. Here come the Bruins, and Duncan will have the uncontested lay-in. That's Tyrese Duncan.
Yeah, Marquillo just didn't get back right there, watching the ball instead of watching what's going on. This is a pace
Queen is quickly back the other way for the Bulldogs.
This is a pace that favors Ballard, and here we go, what I just talked about. Scored one in, and they got it together.
Very quickly back the other way is Wimberly.
Now, I almost think Fairdale needs to put a man on the ball as soon as we score.
Smothering defense by the Bruins. Sullivan takes a tough three. And then the Bruins knock the rebound out of bounds. It'll be Fairdale basketball as they inbounds it underneath. Ash.
We're going to need Craig to play strong tonight. Ballard got away with a little hold there, but he still got the basket.
And then Duncan, Tyron Duncan, the other end, kind of lost control on that pass there, and it'll be Bulldog basketball.
Yeah, but again, if he completes that pass, that's another quick score.
Well, full court pressure here from Ballard. It's more token pressure than anything. But they were ready to jump, and Queen breaks it down, gets it to Ash, and he's able to knock it in.
Nice strong move there from Glenn to penetrate the seam and dump it off to Craig Ash, and Ash is off to another great start.
Offensively, a good start for the Bulldogs, but they've got to do something here defensively to kind of slow Ballard down. Duncan turns the corner, handles the contact, and lays it in.
Yeah, another just strong drive right down the lane.
9-8 Ballard early in this one. Here's Sullivan, and that's going to be Wimberly on the foul. He slid underneath Marquillo as he was driving in.
Yeah, tough call right there. That could have went either way, but referee right on it, and he felt like he slid under it.
I'm really good after the fact making those calls. I was 0 for however many yesterday, so I'm going to wait till the official calls it.
Well, you know, either way, what they call, we're not going to be able to change it, so we're just going to have to go with it.
Sullivan hits them both, and the Bulldogs go back on top by one, but Duncan quickly back the other way. Tisby can't get it to go, rebounds it over Gaddy, got another shot up, can't get that one to go. It's Sullivan and Wembley fighting for it, and I think that went out on Wembley, so it'll be Bulldog basketball.
Well, you know, we talked about keeping Ballard off the boards. They got 3 tips at it right there. We just fortunate enough that the ball got knocked out of bounds on them, and there's another
turnover there. And Gaddy's got to be more aware of the Ballard pressure than that, and there Ash comes up with the steal. Created by the Sullivan and Gaddy trap. Queen pulls up, can't get it to go forward. Correction, Tisby on the rebound. He'll go coast to coast. He can't get it to go. Sullivan. Queen back the other way. And this pace, like you said, favors Ballard. And this is Wembley losing it. Gaddy coming up with it. Bulldogs have numbers. Gaddy will take it himself. He can't get it to go. Forward on the rebound. And standing down there by himself is Tisby for the lay-in.
Yeah, I didn't like either series there for Fairdale. We had 2-on-1s and didn't pass the ball. Both Jaron and Glenn tried to do it themselves and should have been passing.
Queen.
Well, I'm not sure which pace this favors, because Fairdale likes to play fast and they average 80 points a game, but Ballard, this is their game.
That's what I say. I don't think Ballard's upset right now. I guess they feel like they can get into teams' legs, but the Bulldogs are well conditioned. There's a jumper by Tisby, and Ballard goes back on top. Queen back the other way, can't get it to go. Sullivan did not have the save. He was on the line. So it'll be Bruin basketball as a couple of subs come in for Ballard. It's number 22, Douglas, and number 44, Holly, checking in. For the Bulldogs, Moore gets his first chance in the game.
Well, if there's any positive out of this for Fairdale, I like the start. You know, we didn't get behind. We're matching them point for point, so we come ready to play, and that's a good sign.
Long jumper, rebounded by Holly. And they're going to get a jump ball, and it'll stay in Ballard's possession. But another offensive rebound.
Well, that's where Ballard's good. They go hard to the basket, and they're going to get them offensive rebounds.
And it looks like the Bulldogs want to trap there in the corner. I thought I heard Coach yelling three-point play, and the Bulldogs have cut this to 2, 44-42. And Renner not happy, and when he sits down, he's not that happy, and that's going to be an illegal screen there called on Bishop. He's just a sophomore on this senior-led team.
Well, he'll learn how to set his feet set, and but boy, he's a good-looking kid right there. 6'5" sophomore.
Bulldog basketball down 2. And I'm not sure what was. That just didn't look good.
No, and you know, I'm not sure why Mark is below the block area anyway, down underneath the basket. Just not a good series right there after the foul and the turnover.
And that would have been a nice spark for the Bulldogs to tie this one up. There's Ford to Duncan. Gets in the paint. Good block out there. Looked like by Moore on the weak side.
Yeah, excellent right there. Put his body on him. It's real simple. Put your body on him.
Queen, the free throw line pull up. And we're tied at 44 with 1:15 to play in the half. And the Bulldogs playing with a little extra pep now. Got his offensive rebound. Can't get it to go. Sullivan the rebound for the Bulldogs. And this is where you want to pick it up and get it under control. But he dribbles it. He dribbles out of it and then turns it right over. Too much dribbling there against Tisby.
And then don't sprint back.
And then Tisby lays it in at the other end.
Yeah, right there you just want to give the ball up. Too much dribbling. You dribble against Ballard, they're going to get their hands on it.
(46-44), final 30 seconds. The officials got a count on right there, and I thought Queen had cleared that. Boy, they're letting a lot of over.
Yeah, all that was a slap around his body. It should have been a foul call.
Well, it looks like he's far enough away to stop that count, but that official. And there's Queen trying to throw over top of tall people. Duncan, the lay-in. Bulldogs have to stop dribbling to the corner there, and they get a cheap one there on Ford. And Queen will head to the line. He'll get 2. And I think Renner's working on a technical over there.
Well, he's not afraid to get one. He's won the 5-second call, but I didn't think there was a 5-second call. They switched off, but he's going to let him know.
Queen hits the front end of that one. Oh, correction, he had 2, so he hits the first. Missed the second one. Ash the rebound, and he'll head to the line.
Well, it would have been nice right there to get that one in, but Ballard just went to sleep right there and didn't block out.
I tell you, the Ballard pressure puts pressure on the officials, too. They're probably not used to that many having to keep up with 5-second calls. You know, a lot of times in the ball game, the ball handler brings it down. Defense is kind of waiting for him, but he's not up there in his face. And I think those officials sometimes just kind of You lose track of that.
Right, and we get on them about what they miss and what they don't call. This is a difficult game to officiate. This is a fast-paced, slap-and-grab game, and it's hard to call.
Duncan at the horn, and this has been a great first half. Ballard leads 48-47 as both teams head to the locker room. You're watching the fifth-place game of the 2017 King of the Bluegrass, and it's right here on the NFHS Network. We're back at Fairdale High School. It's halftime of Ballard and Fairdale, and Coach and I have been up here discussing a few things at halftime. We took a little extended halftime break, and during the halftime, I got some updated Seth rankings. It has Ballard at 6 and Fairdale at 8th, and I got to believe that's a little bit of a mistake. Both of these teams coming into this tournament were 9 and 10, and they've got the same number of wins against the same quality of teams. So,
yeah, we talked about that, a little confusing because in the past you didn't even get points for an out-of-state win. Not sure how Lexington Christian and Bowling Green all of a sudden went to a B team.
But it is what it is. Here are the we've got stats in from the first half. Greg, what anything stand out to you about the stats here?
Well, the key for Fairdale, we have 15 turnovers, so we're on a 30 turnover night if we continue to play the way we are. But our big three, Craig Ash, Markelo Sullivan, and Glenn Queen have obviously come to play. But, our two guards, Markelo and Glenn Queen, with 5 turnovers each, they have 10 of the 15 turnovers, which is important. And I like the fact that Fairdale's getting to the free throw line and hitting them 11 out of 13 from the free throw line. And if you're Ballard, just balanced scoring, Marshawn Ford with 11, Tyrone Duncan with 10, and Carryon Douglas with 11. And but everything else, it looks pretty even, and that's why the score is 48-47.
Well, and a little bit of bad news, good news for Coach Hicks and the Bulldogs. The bad news is you had 15 turnovers in that first half, but the good news is you're only down 1.
Yeah, and, I'm sure that's something they talked about, not holding on to the ball too long and passing it ahead.
Well, we're underway here in the second half. Bruins have the ball. Wembley went out, and there's a quick steal there by Ash, broke that up. Nice pass to Gaddy, can't finish it, and here come the Bruins.
I think he jumped off the wrong foot there.
Duncan, a little pull-up, and there's that long pass he tried to make. And then he draws the charge to make up for it.
Well, it's a tough sequence there for Jaron. Missed the layup and threw the ball away, and he took the charge, but that was a tough hit to the midsection right there, but he bounced right up.
And I'm not going to blame that turnover entirely on Gaddy. Queen was running away from the ball, and you can't do that against Ballard as Queen takes it in there strong. Ash the follow-up.
Well, I tell you what, Craig Ash has been one of the best players on the floor tonight. They have not kept him off the boards, and that's his 16th point. I got away with a walk.
Duncan fires in the 3 for the Bruins.
Yeah, that's got to be a foul right there.
And Sullivan on the spin draws the foul on the shot attempt. These poor officials, they've got it coming at it from both coaches.
Yeah, he's the one made the call. Now he's got to sit in between both of them. Chris Renner not happy with the call, and Coach Hicks is going to stand up and defend the call. So, but give him credit. He went over and heard it.
Rare miss from Sullivan there from the free throw line as he's able to hit the second. 53-50. Ballard leads this one by 3. Their biggest lead has been 12. Holly will take the uncontested 3.
Those shots just kill you right there. I'm not sure if that's in the scouting report to let him shoot, but he didn't hesitate at all with that one.
And Sullivan's lucky to get fouled right there because he had no awareness that Duncan was
but I'm not sure that's the pass you want either. He's running away, and the defense is coming up, and not a very good angle right there. And we were actually lucky that wasn't a steal.
Douglas checking in for Duncan, like he's a little shaken up after that. And here comes a little jump situation here for Ballard. And it's going to be crucial. Passing, it's going to be crucial here.
No, they had everything covered right there, and if you tried to throw it long, they're going to get that one.
Bulldogs will trigger it in from the other end of the floor. They're going to leave Ford one-on-one there with Marquillo.
That's a foul. No, he made that call, but it didn't look like he was going to. He rode him all the way down the floor.
It's like they give him a chance to get off of him, and of course the defenders, the defenders, to this credit, it's like, hey, they're not calling it, so I'm gonna stay right here on him.
Nice patience there from Glenn. I almost would have liked to see him shoot that, but
nice take to the basket. There's Ash on the follow, can't quite get it to go, and Ford rebounds it for the Bruins.
Yeah, big miss right there, but great effort from Ash.
Ford to pull up, got it. It was a tough little pull up right there by Ford. Gaddy was there in his face. He's able to knock it down.
Now Ballard shot 48% from the field in the first half, and this don't seem like they missed too many.
Marquillo, I think he's forcing things down there a bit as Ballard's built this back to an 8-point lead. Misses the three there. Ash on the rebound. Nice pass ahead to Sullivan. He finishes.
Great recognition. And, you know, I like the timeout there from Coach Hicks, because if they hit that three, I was going to tell him that, you know, or suggest a timeout from up here in the booth. He's not listening to me anyway. But, you know, you were looking at an 11-point game right there, and we had been out a little sync on offense right there. And but I like the timeout. Use your timeouts in this game. You're going to have to.
And it's one of those things, again, the Bulldogs, I didn't even realize it had jumped up to 8. Just calling the action as I saw it, and I looked up at the scoreboard, and then the Bruins were up 8.
Well, they score so fast, and, you know, who do you key on with this team? You know, you back off of the at the three-point line, and he drains the three. Holly, he stuck it, and, you know, you worry about him inside. Now he goes outside and hits the three, and Ford, I don't know that he's missed a jump shot.
Ash on the rejection. That's Tisby gets it back, though, and scores it. He had Ash out ahead of him. Just tried to make that one-handed pass off the dribble. That's tough.
Well, and again, that's the Ballard defense. They make you play faster than what you normally play.
Good defense. Well, not as good as I thought it was, as Gaddy's going to be whistled for the foul.
Well, he got beat there, but I'm not, you know, I don't know. I thought that was all ball.
Tisby at the line for the Bruins, able to sink the first. This is probably a good break here for Marquillo. He looks a little frustrated out there, and, you know, like you say, give him a chance to go to the bench and get his thoughts together.
Yeah, it never hurts for a little 30-second break there. He's frustrated because he had the guy open and he didn't hit him.
Tisby hits them
Gotta
both.
get it out of there.
Boy, tough spot. He passed it in. Dixon set him up there, and that's a steal and lay in for Douglas. And Ford's going to get whistled for that foul. I say Dixon set him up, but the guard, Queen, went there. Don't go to the corner.
Well, you know, he was hung up there. He's going to have to try to do something. He was going to lose the ball out of bounds, which probably would have been better.
Queen heads to the line. He'll have 2 shots.
Tough drive to the basket right there. Had Stephen Moore on the block there. We'd like to see him dump it off there. But so if you take it in there on your own, you got to at least hit these free throws, and he hit the first one.
Bryant back in for the Bruins, and the Bulldogs cut this back to 10. The 1-point halftime lead for the Bruins grew to 12. There's Tisby. He's been the man today for Ballard.
Well, they have so many weapons, and
tough pass. I mean, tough passing.
Well, I don't understand what we're trying to do with one-handed passes to guys on the run, and You know, that's gonna be an instant turnover.
66-54. Ballard leads this one by 12. 4:30. Here's Holly, another three.
Well, Craig's going to have to get out there. I mean, he's hit two straight there, and they've been nothing but nets, and they've been unchallenged both times.
And that's gonna get a Bulldog timeout, and we'll take it with them. Ballard 69, Fairdale 54. This is the 2017 Gardner Lowe King of the Bluegrass. Back at Fairdale High School, the Bruins have built a 15-point lead since the half, and it's been defense and Bulldog turnovers.
Well, that was the key to the game, handling Ballard pressure, and we're not doing that right now.
Sullivan working against Douglas. Penetrates, tough shot. He'll get the foul.
Well, Ballard got the foul right there, but if I'm Chris Renner, I'm going to live with that defense right there because you forced him to just go one-on-one, which means if I'm the coach, that means your other guys took away all their other options.
Marquilo Sullivan heads to the line. He'll have 2 free throws. Coach, you and I talked about during the commercial break or during the timeout break, we don't have any commercials, during the timeout break that the Bulldogs need to recognize who they're playing and the style that they're playing and not necessarily change their style, but a little more caution in passing.
Yeah, the careless passing against this team will get you beat.
Try to go inside. Nice job by Dixon. And then he just turned it over.
You know, like that right there. He made a great defensive steal right there and then just turned and threw it.
They go inside to Holly. He kisses it off the glass.
It's a 4-point swing right there.
And Dixon did a nice job of stepping back, getting around the man, and getting the steal. And then he, in his effort to try to get it down the floor, nice drive by Moore, can't finish. Tisby comes away with the rebound. He'll pull up. Can't get it to go. Bryant the tip. Ash on the rebound.
I like that call right there. Craig had the ball secured, and they just reached in and grabbed him.
And that's already the seventh foul on Ballard. So the Bulldogs are head to the line, and a lot of teams can say, hey, look at the fouls at 7-1, which they are 7-1, but the style of play that Ballard, plays, they're sometimes going to have that the unbalanced here in foul calls.
Well, they're going to foul because they're more aggressive. And, you just talked about recognizing your opponent there, and that's what Jacoby did not do. You know, he got the steal and turned and threw it long, and Ballard's too quick. They're going to recover and get that.
Ash misses the front end, but Sullivan able to corral the offensive rebound, and the Bulldogs will set things. Gaddy will fire a three, and he's fouled. So he's going to get 3 free throws coming up here.
Yeah, I like the two-man game right there with Jaron and Glenn, recognizing that they were going to double Glenn out there, and Jaron did a good job of floating away. I would have liked to see Glenn attack just another step to freeze that guy. Then he could have got Jaron wide open.
Gaddy to the line, and even your good free throw shooters, those 3 free throws in a row are a little tougher.
Yeah. You know, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody hit 3 in a row. Of course, we need to say that when Ballard's shooting, not us, because we're really good at jinxing.
Well, and unfortunately, Gaddy only got one of the 3, and here come the Bruins quickly the other way. They go into Holly. The foul on Gaddy, count the basket.
I just didn't get down to the block right there, and Holly's having a nice game.
Garrett Case has checked in for Ballard. He checked in that last break. His first action of the day as Mark Sullivan checks back in for the Bulldogs.
That's 16 points from Holly.
Sullivan fouled on his way up as Case tried to take the 3, but he wasn't as committed to it as he needed to be.
Well, Fairdale shouldn't have any complaints with the foul calling. They're getting to the line, and we've got to step up and hit these free throws when we're getting the opportunity.
It's a 16, make it 15-point Ballard lead. And the Bulldogs have only scored 10 points this quarter, or 11 points rather. There's the 12th, 73-59 Ballard. Back quickly the other way. Tisby almost lost the handles there. Able to get it back. Bryan will fire a 3. In and out. Rebounded by Sullivan. Missed the passes ahead to Queen. He'll try to take it in there and finish. And has it not blocked by Tisby.
Yeah, that's just an athletic play right there, because I actually thought Mark had him sealed there, and he still got around that and made the block without fouling.
They triggered into Ash, and he's fouled by Holly. Looks like Holly.
I'm not sure how many fouls Ballard has. I mean, they got a lot of players here, but they're racking up some fouls here.
Greg, and there I go taking my guess at it, and it wasn't Holly. It was Bryan on the foul. Nonetheless, Ash will head to the free throw line.
Good to see Craig hitting those fouls, because he's gonna get to the line, and I think the Cooper game he was 0 for 5, and he's been knocking them down since. Almost jinxed him there, but I don't think he's missed one since the Cooper game.
Bulldogs keep trying to hang around, 73-61. And the one thing about the Ballard style of play, you can get back into a game if they don't score, and you can get some baskets, as Queen is guilty of the reach around there.
Well, this is a challenging lineup for Ballard. I'd like to see Fairdale get after him real quick.
Holly.
That's just lazy defense from Craig right there. He just drove right around him, got away with the foul.
Aggressive move to the basket there by Holly, and you're right. I thought Ash fouled him too, but nice little lob in there to Holly. Can't get it. Tisby the follow. No good. Here comes Marquillo. Nice pass ahead to Moore. Kick out to Sullivan for 3. Short. Rebounded by Marquillo and put in.
Nice follow right there. Good ball movement from Fairdale.
Let's see if that gets the Bulldogs bouncing around a little bit, and it does. Queen jumps in there.
You know what? I'm not going. That's the right call right there. And but I tell you what, man. You know, give Glenn credit right there. He dove on the floor, but you just can't get up. He's got to stay disciplined and pass it ahead. But you know, it's frustrating to be hustling right there, but that's the right call.
I think Glenn was thinking he didn't have the ball when he stood up, so he tried to pull a fast one on the official, and he wasn't having it. Case to Holly. Nice little pump fake and lay in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Craig Ash is doing defensively. He's just falling asleep.
One, he fell victim to his own little move, because that's the move he's put on many of people. Nice job by Moore to dribble around him and lay it in.
Well, I tell you what, Stephen Moore stepping up in this tournament, and we're going to need him down the stretch.
75-65. Bruins lead this one by 10. They've led by as many as 16 as Duncan misses the 3, and Case hustles down the rebound. His shot is no good, and it's Marquillo.
This is a lineup we need to run with.
Sullivan lays it in. I'm not sure how long Renner's going to go with this lineup. Holly steps back for three, can't get it to go. Queen trying to keep it alive, but it's Case that comes away with it. Duncan into Holly, blocked by Moore.
Wow, we've had some opportunities here to get this ball, and we just didn't do it, and Ballard makes us pay.
Yeah, a lot of exciting things there, but the unfortunate part is Ballard kept getting the ball.
Yeah, we especially that long rebound there that went all the way out to the top of the key. That's something we should have had somebody on and got a layup.
Looks like the Bulldogs will try to hold for one here. 77-67, and the Bulldogs are hanging around just enough that if they can put together something here in the fourth quarter.
Well, I thought this was a lineup that we could have got this game down to about 6, and we just didn't get the rebound.
Queen, nice penetration to Ash. He lays it in. That's a nice execution of the last second shot right there. That'll do it for quarter number 3. Ballard 77, Fairdale 69. The fifth place game of the 2017 Gardner Law King of the Bluegrass. We're back at Fairdale High School as we get set for the fourth quarter of action. Bulldog basketball, 77-69 Ballard. Kilo drives baseline, and he draws the foul.
He's motioning too there, but he passed that ball, so I'm not sure if he – well, it's not going to matter. You're right. We're in the double bonus.
So Marquilo will go to the line. That rolls in and out. Well, we just got some stats up through the third quarter. Marquilo with 21 points. Ash with 20. Queen with 14. So the big three for Bulldogs are being the big three. Ash Sullivan makes it a 7-point game, 77-70 Bruins. Duncan penetrates in, and he dished it to Ford, but he couldn't handle it. So the Bulldogs.
Well, I think if Ford left that go right there, it would have been off Fairdale.
Marquilo may have gotten away with that push off the offhand. Ash the rebound. He'll put it back up and in.
Craig Ash has been huge right there. He's been patient, waiting to get a shot off. That's 22.
And back quickly the other way is Duncan, and he'll draw the foul.
That's 22 points for Craig Ash, and they've all come right there in the paint.
That foul on Mark Sullivan is just his first. As Tyron Duncan hits the first of two. That last Ballard foul was on Wembley down there. That's his fourth, but honestly with Holly in there, Holly has been a major factor, more so than Wembley.
Well, if I'm Chris Renner, I'm not too concerned, but I'm a little bit concerned that because they've allowed Fairdale to hang around. They've had multiple opportunities to put this game away, and when you look up there, it's a 7-point deficit.
You're not for moral victories if you're the Fairdale coach, but you got to like the fight of your kids right now. Lots of turnovers in this one. Lots of mishandles. They're still hanging around, and there's another one. Duncan, nice change of speed there to get the basket.
Yeah, that's a turnover there you don't like because you're just out front dribbling the ball. Somebody's got to step up in the middle here.
And Queen did a nice job dribbling out of there, and Coach Hicks, recognizing this was going to be close, calls the timeout. And Queen, in an effort to be under control right there, actually allowed the trap to come to him.
Yeah, no fault there with Coach Hicks to call that timeout, but Glenn actually got out of that, and we may have had numbers there. But the problem was when you get trapped that low in the corner and you have nobody in the middle coming to the ball, you're in trouble.
And you got to feel that's one of the things Coach Hicks is drawing up. Somebody has to be in the middle of that floor. Because you can see Queen looking to the middle of that floor, and there was no help there.
No, he was going to have to do it on his own. The last turnover there, we go back and forth with the Dogs. Should we run set plays? Should we let them have freedom? But against Ballard, I think it's really hard to run set plays when you're standing. You have to be moving because, we fought Glenn for losing the ball there, but you had 4 guys standing across in the 4 series and nobody moving, and there's really nobody to throw it to.
And when that happens against this Bruin team, they're aggressive, they're quick, they don't mind gambling.
No, and when you're just standing there, you're giving them an opportunity to jump the ball.
And they recover well even from their gambles. So you got to give it to them. They play a very aggressive style of defense, and it's been effective. Here's Marquillo working one-on-one. He'll draw the foul. And they get that one on Holly. And that's the 3rd foul on Holly.
Well, and Ballard defense forces you to go to one-on-one, and if they're going to call it, we might as well just keep doing it. But we've got to hit the free throw.
And that one from Sullivan touched every part of the rim.
Well, it looked like the one before that rolled off. Make an adjustment here and swish it.
Now, stayed on that right side and rolled it in again. 7-point Ballard lead here. 6:30 to play in this one. And do the Bulldogs have enough in the tank to put together one more run? We shall see. It's Ballard pulling it out now, and the Bulldogs waiting for the Bruins to attack. Kick out to Ford. Can't get the 3, but again, the rebound just comes right down to Tisby. Duncan, nice little step across move.
He's been huge in this game. He's so quick and uses that step across. But again, we got the shot we wanted and didn't block out.
Sullivan kicks it to his brother Mark. He can't get it to go, and we're going to get another foul inside on Ballard. And they get that one on Tisby. It's his second. Fairdale can't complain about the fouls.
Oh, absolutely not. And but I'm not sure that Ballard can either, really. I mean, bottom line is when you get beat one-on-one, you're setting yourself up for a foul. And we've beaten the defender one-on-one, but we're not hitting our free throws.
If you're going to mount a comeback, you gotta take advantage of scoring when that clock's not moving.
Yeah, and you don't need to be going 1 for 2.
83-75. Ballard leads this one by 8. 5:45 to play. And they're going to get Queen on the foul. No way I missed that one.
No, that was clearly a foul right there.
And that'll send Tyron Duncan to the line. He's got 2. Hits the first. It's a 9-point Ballard lead.
That's 16 points for Duncan. He's having a nice game for Ballard.
And the Bruin lead is 10.
No spacing here. I don't like this.
There's that pass back across, and Bruins come away with the steal. Nice pass inside to Holly. He lays it in.
Yeah, no spacing at all there against the press. Had everybody down the floor and no patience, and you got 10 seconds.
Oh, that's not the right call.
That's awful.
No.
You got a guy right there. He's getting ready to call a block, and he calls that, and there was not even any contact right there. That's terrible.
But there's no use of the offhand. He's just dribbling. He has a right to dribble to that spot. He blew that one. 87-75. Ballard leads this one by 12. 5:20 to go.
That's what you call anticipating a foul right there. That's all he did.
And the Bruins will take a timeout. And I think Dan would probably like to see that one again on film. He probably did anticipate the call, and he might be willing to admit that if he watched it on the film. 30-second timeout here. We'll stay right here. Greg, I'm looking over the stats, and I don't know if the stat guy fell asleep or we had 15 turnovers at the half, didn't we? I think we had more than 4 turnovers in that third quarter.
Well, I don't know. I know we've had a couple quick ones right here. Actually, I thought we settled down there once the game got going on. But, yeah, we've got a lot of turnovers. Against Ballard, if you can keep your turnovers down below 20, you got a good chance to win. But we're looking at 30 tonight.
19 Bulldog turnovers have contributed to this 12-point Bulldog deficit. As Moore is whistled for the foul. And that'll send Duncan to the line in a bonus situation as Gaddy checks back in for Sullivan. The Bruins will get Douglas into the game. As Duncan hits the first of what is now 2 free throws coming for him. 88-75 Ballard. Still 5 minutes to play in this one. This one's still not over. And here comes Queen quickly, and they're going to get him with the offensive foul.
Yeah, they're going to call that. I don't like the call because I just don't like that call, but it's a point of emphasis. They're not going to allow the offensive player to dip their shoulder into the guy who's running beside him. So, actually, that's a good call. It's not one I like, but I think it's a good call.
Ballard will get the ball on the turnover, and it's forward with it. Wow, Duncan just went right around Mark Sullivan, who had checked back in for the Bulldogs. And Queen touched the ball with his foot on the line. And
well, that's, I'm not sure about that. Boy, he must have had really quick eyes to see that with all that action.
There's Ford going to the basket.
Well, we need a basket here real quick.
There's Marquillo. See if he can settle it down now for the Bulldogs. Boy, they've missed Mark wide open over there. They get it to him. He fires in the 3. Give him the ball.
Yeah, he's standing there calling for it, and we finally got him, and he stepped up and drained it, and that's a big shot right there at the 4-minute mark.
And it's down to 13, 91-78. And, boy, there's that same push-off call they've been calling.
Yeah, and Coach Hicks is going to let him know about it. If you're going to call that call, you have to be consistent with it. It doesn't matter if it's in the full court going full speed or in the half court. If you're going to make that call, you better be willing to make it on both ends.
They kind of set themselves up for that one. There's a long pass ahead to Queen. He corrals it, lays it in.
Nice play right there. I know my son's over at the scorer's table calling home run, and he just called it.
It's 11. Bulldogs pick up full court. Duncan takes a contested shot, tipped up and in by Ford.
Again, no block out. This game's getting ready to get fast paced.
Marquillo should have passed that ahead. He'll fire a three, can't get it to go. And I thought for a minute that was going down as Duncan goes high for the rebound. I'm going to tell you, Ballard looks a little winded right here. I'm not so sure I'd pick up strong in the half court. There's a nice jumper from Tisby.
Yeah, good set here by Chris Renner, spreading the floor and not being in any kind of hurry and just driving in there and kicking it out. Nice patient shot there. He had the three but didn't take it.
Marquillo looks a little tired as well. It's a 15-point Ballard lead. Queen making that through contact. They'll head to the line to try to complete the three-point play. It's some tired players out there now. This is the third game in 3 days for these guys too.
Yeah, and I don't know how many timeouts Coach Hicks has, but might not be a bad opportunity right here to use one. Give these guys a break.
Yeah, because Queen could knock this down. In and out. So it's 13-point Ballard lead with 3 minutes to go. Ballard on the verge of putting up 100 points. I didn't even recognize the fact that it's 95-82.
I'd say this is going to be 100. Good block by Ash.
Great job by Ash to come over from the weak side there and deny Duncan that basket. And everybody moving a little bit slower when the ball is stopped anyway. I mean, the old adage, the ball gives you life. It heals you when you're hurt at the other end, and it gives you a little extra pep in your step at the offensive end. Bulldogs almost come up with the steal, but Tisby strong enough to step through and score. Here's Queen. Nice pass to Ash. Nice step through and score.
That's a great pass and a great finish from Craig Ash. That's 24 points for Ash.
97-84. Ballard break. That was a walk not called. And Ballard will slow things down up a little bit. And I shouldn't say slow it up. They'll spread it out a bit. Ford working against Moore and draws the foul.
Yeah, I like the move to the spread that Coach Renner has gone to right here. It gives they have so many weapons right there, and with that spread, they're so quick off the dribble, and then you're out of position to rebounding if you have to slip over and help.
Well, we got a timeout on the floor, and we'll take it with them. Ballard, Fairdale, 5th place, up for grabs still. This is the 2017 Gardner Law King of the Bluegrass. Back at Fairdale High School, Ford steps to the line, and I think Ballard called that timeout to give Ford a little bit of a blow before he had to shoot these free throws. These are big free throws for him.
He's got a nice shot, and he just stepped right up there and drained that. Missed that one.
Bulldogs still with life, 98-84, and Queen is fouled, heading to the basket. And he's going to get 2 free throws for it. So here's that opportunity to score while the clock's not moving. And, you know, it's 14, and if you're sitting there thinking, well, it's 14 against Ballard and they can't do this, it can be done.
Yeah, but you got to go up there and hit them. And we've been going 1 for 2.
As Queen nets the first one.
I think Glenn in this tournament has shown that he's as good a point guard as there is, especially when he's passing the ball tonight. He has 6 assists, along with 18 points.
So he is able to hit them both, 98-86, right in about 2 minutes. And Ballard will spread it again.
I think as soon as 21 touches the ball, I'd foul him.
And
new kid in the game.
They foul Duncan, and he'll head to the line. Both teams in the double bonus now.
Yeah, the way we're fouling right here, this might be the longest minute and 48 seconds.
Duncan hits the first, and the Tigers are walking in preparation for their championship matchup with Trinity tonight. Stands are starting to fill up here a little bit.
Well, it's an all-oval final, so they're going to be.
Queen missed at the other end. Ash hustles down the rebound. Mark Sullivan will fire a tough three. That's not the three you want him firing, but he hustled down his rebound.
Well, he did that, but he needs to understand that's not a good shot.
Well, looks like Ballard's in his zone. There's a kick to Gaddy. He'll fire a contested three and got it.
Great shot there from Jaron Gaddy. And great recognition there from Glenn Queen. That was the play we talked about early. If he did one more dribble.
Oh, they get it down low to Holly, and he throws it down.
Holly's had an outstanding game for the junior.
102-89. And this is going to be the highest scoring game of this year's tournament for sure. Nice pass to Ash. He'll lay it in.
Well, he is so good with that hesitation and letting them jump, and guys just can't hold off. They go up in the air, and he waits on them, and then he goes up right on top of him. Getting back to Alexander Holly, that's 22 points and 7 rebounds for him tonight. He's been huge.
Wow. 102-91 with just 47 seconds left, and that's going to be a hill too much for the Bulldogs to climb to get out of this one. But it's been an entertaining game.
It has, and but if I'm Coach Hicks here, I want my team to finish strong here. We may not win this game, but we don't want to just throw the ball away, come down and throw stuff up and let Ballard run out and make this look like an 18-point loss. You want to play hard right here to the finish, and just like it's a 4-point game. Don't quit playing. Keep executing and learn from this game right here to get ready for your next tournament, which, by the way, the Dogs are going to Longboat Key in Sarasota, Florida. So, and again, it's all getting ready for the postseason down the road in February and March.
The Bulldogs are going to go 1-2 in this year's King of the Bluegrass, but it's a good way. It's been 2-2 in this year's King of the Bluegrass, but like you said, you still want to finish strong, and that's a hard foul by Ash.
Well, I don't think there was anything flagrant about it. Both, he went up to dunk it, and both guys went up to block it. So just good, clean, hard foul right there.
And I think that's lost in the game right now. Everybody thinks that's a hard foul, and really what it was, I'm the one that said a hard foul. What it was is you got an athletic, strong kid going up to dunk and an athletic kid that blocked it, and just a little physics tells you he's going to come down hard.
Right, and he just came down off balance.
Able to hit both free throws, 103. I hit one of two, rather, 103-91.
I'd like to see a drive and kick here, maybe get a three-pointer. There it is, but just didn't get the shot off. That's a bad shot right there. He just threw it up there. That's what I was talking about, ending the game right there. Don't just throw stuff up there and let this game get out of hand.
There's a little pull-up, can't get it. Mark the rebound. He'll get it to Ash, and he'll go strong. Foul, count it.
Nice move from Craig Ash. I tell you what, now, you know, if I'm a college out there, I'm going to give this young man a look. He's got solid grades at Fairdale, and he's got a good ACT score, and this kid is getting better and better each year, and I can only imagine in a good program 3 years from now how good he could be.
Couldn't finish the three-point play. Would have been nice to get it under 10, but it looks like everybody's trying to call off the dogs, the literal dogs. And the Bruins are going to win this one in what was an entertaining game. Ballard 103, Fairdale 93. And we're going to stay.